Hello, everybody, and welcome to Legends Field in Kansas City. Dan Vaughn with you on our Monarchs Mocha. It's the initial in-season show, and we always do this. We check to make sure we're on the air. Let's do that first. They're doing a little work here, and I believe, at least from what I can tell, so we're on the air. What we're going to do this week, today, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, we're going to look around the American Association in the West Division, which the Monarchs have been placed in this reconstructed a little bit division. Yep, I am hearing myself. So we're going good. There we go. Steve Schuster from the Winnipeg Gold Eyes will join us here in a few moments. And this show's very much like what we do during the off season, except we do it Monday through Friday. We come your way, and Steve's actually standing by. We'll have Steve on in just a moment. But first off, before I bring Steve, I want you guys to check out the new open I've got for this show. This is what I worked on. So I'm going to give it a shot. We'll bring Steve on, and let's talk about yourselves. Here we go. Let's play the open. This is my new open for this. Here we go. I promise it's playing. Well, it's dragging. You know what? We'll give it to you later. But anyway, you see the logo there. That's the Monarchs. It's the coffee shop, if you will, right? It's the Monarchs coffee shop. Is what we're doing here. I'm going to bring that down. Stop it. And I'm going to go ahead and bring Steve Schuster in. And if you've not seen these shows before, what we do is we take 15, 20 minutes, grab a cup of coffee, talk about the Monarchs and about the American Association, about usually the night before the game. But we're going to start off with Steve Schuster, our look around at those old eyes. Steve, how you doing, mate? Good to see you, bud. You hear me?
Hey, Dan, what's going on? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. How are things in Winnipeg, my friend?
We're as you know, it's been a tough couple of years for everybody. So we're really excited to finally have the opportunity to have something close to a normal season. It'll be the first time since 2019. I know pretty much everywhere across North America had a really harsh winter. Winnipeg was no exception. Even by Canada standards, it was really cold. A lot of extra snow this year, and to top it off, we had some record-setting rain there towards the end of April once the snow finally melted away. But feels looking great day by day, and we're just thrilled to finally have a chance to be here at home and looking forward to Friday night.
I don't think anybody's been through, as a broadcaster and a ball club with the Gold Eyes, and really the teams in Canada have been through the last couple of years from a sporting perspective. You guys, 2 years ago, you packed your bags, loaded your car, you went down to Fargo, and then last year you're down to Tennessee. It's been a 2-year odyssey. You guys we're barnstorming a lot like the old Monarchs were. You've got to be relieved to be back there at Shaw Park.
Yeah, no question, and especially given the tremendous fan support and the loyalty that we've had year after year from so many of our great season ticket holders and corporate partners that have stuck with us. Back when we were playing out of the corner of the football stadium for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and of course through the opening of Shaw Park in 1999. So just can't say enough about their support. That's and certainly to our owner Sam Cates for kind of keeping us going when. Things are really difficult on that side, just because he wanted to keep the team as public facing as possible. We certainly in 2020, I think we very easily could have kind of sat back, like I know the T-Bones and Monarchs had to do that year, and 5 other teams in the American Association had to sit out. So we're really grateful to Sam for kind of believing in keeping us in the public eye over the last 2 seasons. And you're absolutely right. I think we're just happy for everybody involved, the players, the front office staff, and most certainly our longtime season ticket holders and corporate partners for them to have the opportunity to enjoy, finally 50 dates here at Shaw Park for 2022.
This morning I was thinking about you guys and my trips to Winnipeg over the years and the familiar faces, and I was thinking, several cities could say this, but I really believe the Gold Eye fans are the most knowledgeable around. I mean, they know the game. I've had so many great conversations with folks in the media there and your press box, fans down the stands, and they have to be itching from a fan standpoint. I mean, you're getting that feeling that up there that they're ready to go. We got baseball. We're going to be at Shaw Park. You getting it from a fan's perspective?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we had a couple exhibition games. They were kind of like scrimmage games, more so. against the Black Sox over the weekend. That, it was kind of minimal game production. We weren't doing on-field promos. We had minimal concessions that were open, and we still have. And to be honest with you, we didn't really advertise a whole lot that this was going to be open to the public. It was more just an opportunity. If you wanted to come down for a GA ticket, you could see it. And I would say we had 300, 400, 500 people there, both on Saturday and Sunday afternoons. So I think that's going to bode well. We're fortunate that the ticket sales are looking good for the home opener on Friday. So we'll see if we can make a little final push to maybe sell out the building. But that's definitely looking promising right now. And it was just great to see some familiar faces out there. I know we were able to get back there for a little bit at the end of 2021, but just to know that we're going to be here all season long, it kind of takes I think a weight off a lot of people's shoulders in the organization.
Yeah, been a while. I got to ask you, is the Indian restaurant still there in right field? Because that was always one of my stops. So it's
absolutely
all good.
Clay Oven. They're still a great sponsor, a great partner of the Winnipeg Goldeyes. So it's if you ever make the trip up here, I'd recommend the butter chicken and rice.
Yeah, it's a very good place. My wife and I really enjoy going there. His name is Steve Schuster. I'm Dan Vaughn, and he's with the Winnipeg Goldeyes. I'm with the Kansas City Monarchs. Monarchs Mocha. We're doing our kind of a look around our division because it's different this year. You guys are the new members for so many years in kind of that, playing, of course, the old rivals of St. Paul and Fargo. Now, of course, Fargo comes with you, but you're now in this West Division. I look at this West Division and go, wow. I mean, it's a wow, man. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I agree. Honestly, I don't think there's a whole lot of difference between the two divisions, especially with Lake Country coming in. I think Jim Bennett, who I know you're familiar with from Australia, has done a fantastic job having to build that team from scratch. So, you basically replace the traveling team. We know the challenges the Apollos faced. So to bring in what looks like a competitive Dockhounds roster, and now all of a sudden, 1 through 12 in the league, whether it's the East or the West, there's just not going to be an easy game.
No.
So it's going to be really competitive, but I think you're right. I mean, you've got the defending champions and the Monarchs there. You've got Fargo coming over in the West, and they got to the championship series last year. So it's going to be a grind, I think, no matter where it is. Bobby Brown, former manager of the Salt Dogs, once said to me, and this has always stuck, and I think it's absolutely true, that in the American Association, it's hard to win one game in a row, let alone 5 in a row, or get to the playoffs or win a championship. So it's a testament, I think, to the managers. We've got the best group of managers, top to bottom, of any independent league, maybe of any professional league. They're experienced, they know what they're doing, and know how to put a winning product in the field. So it's a testament to them and the ownership groups for having faith in those managers. So it's going to be an exciting season.
No doubt about it. You're talking about guys that are great managers. Rick Forney, I think of him and his back-to-back titles, what he's done. What I think he's done, and I thought about this morning too. He's been able to bring in guys that also buy into the program, to the Winnipeg culture or the program and what he's got set up. And he gets familiar names. The fans, I think of guys like Reggie Abercrombie, who over the years was there. The closer Capion was always there. He brings some guys that buy in. He seems to get the band back together. Are you going to see some of that this year? And how does he do that?
Yeah, I think a little bit of both. We have Logan Hill, terrific person. Both on and off the field. Really happy that not only Logan but his wife and his young son Walker are coming back. So this will be his third year with the team. And in Logan's case, right, it's his third year with the Goldeyes. It's his first kind of real season, full real season with the Goldeyes. So we're excited for him. Kevin LaChance is coming back for a fourth year. We've got a number of kind of younger players that debuted with the Goldeyes last year that are coming back. But there's also transition, right? So Kyle Martin, really happy for him. He got the opportunity in Mexico, and he's killing it already in Mexico. I think he's at 8 home runs in 13 or 14 games. So, that's outstanding for Kyle. Hopefully he can turn that into a long and lucrative career down there in Mexico. But we're excited to bring in David Washington from the Milkmen via the trade. We've got some really young, exciting, and hungry players straight out of affiliated ball that I know Rick is really excited to see what they can do. Getting regular playing time. Andrew Martinez, a guy from the Orioles, the last couple of years. Eric Rivera spent the last couple of years in the Blue Jay system, and those are two guys that they just didn't really get regular playing time. And if you just look at their stats from last year, maybe the batting average isn't where you would like, or probably where they would have liked. But it's hard to perform offensively, especially against the high velocities that guys are seeing now when you're not getting regular at bats. So I think being in the lineup maybe 4 or 5 times a week, it could really unlock the talent those guys have. And You mentioned Reggie Abercrombie. We actually have another guy by the name of Reggie now who's probably going to get most of the starts in center field. That's Reggie Pruitt Jr., also out of the Blue Jays organization. He's got a little more experience, 6 years in their system, got as high as AAA, but top end speed, great outfielder, really strong arm, has the ability to get on base, and he's got some sneaky pop for kind of a top of the order type guy. So, and he's a fantastic personality, and just kind of getting to talk to him here this first week of training camp. So I think a pretty good mix of both old and new, and thus far the group has really gelled.
Rounding third, heading for home here on Monarchs Mocha with Steve Schuster, the Winnipeg Goldeyes play-by-play voice, our dear mate. I'm Dan Vaughn here. Just a couple more things. Rick, and I have a relationship with Joe Capietro. You and I, with these guys a while. You talk to them every night. You get to know them. Give us what kind of guy Rick Forney is. And I always just sing the praises of Joe. From a broadcaster's perspective, what kind of relationship and what kind of guy is Rick Forney?
Yeah, well, first, let me just say, Joe, I've had the privilege of interviewing him a few times over the years, ever since he came to the Kansas City organization, and top-notch human being. You guys are really lucky to have Joe, not just because the Monarchs and the T-Bones have won a lot of games since 2017, but he does things the right way. Obviously, he knows how to build a team and has had great success throughout his managerial career, but he's a high-character guy. I think you guys are really lucky to have him. Hopefully, he's there in Kansas City for a long time, but Rick is the same way. I mean, he has values. I mean, he has values that I think everyone can kind of relate to, treating people the right way, treating people the way you want to be treated, treating people like adults. I mean, these seem kind of like simple things, but, sometimes it isn't always the case. And, he's a family man. He's a high character person, and, he treats you the way you want to be treated. So, I really can't say enough about him. I've been really fortunate to, have a great relationship with him over the years here with the Winnipeg Goldeyes. And I know the Goldeyes are really lucky to have had Rick for as long as they have. This is going to be his 17th year as manager in Winnipeg, which is that's a really long time, and his 26th overall season with the organization, going back to his time as both a pitcher and a pitching coach for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. So we're thrilled to have him. Just a great person off the field, and obviously he's done a ton of great things on the field for this organization. But I think both the Goldeyes and the Monarchs, should be really proud of the manager that they have kind of leading the club.
Amen to that. A lot of folks don't know that they follow Steve on Twitter. They know that knows his stats and analytics and all that. You've really dove into that thing, and you've taken kind of the lead in our league as far as those extra things that those, I don't know what the word for is. I guess work with the Tampa Bay Rays in the last few years with Perth. They're really into a lot of that same stuff. What got you into that? And it seems like it's a passion of yours, a real deep dive passion for you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've always kind of been interested in learning as much as possible. And certainly with the advent of the technology the last few years at the major league level, there's been opportunities to kind of evaluate or analyze stuff that you couldn't necessarily see with the naked eye beforehand that we can do now with the technology is out there. But I think where it really accelerated was in the first COVID year, 2020. We ended up playing that year, of course, but there was a lot of uncertainty. That there were layoffs, unfortunately, I know, across organizations. We were no exception to that. So I just kind of try to make the most of that time and really dove into a lot of the driveline stuff and really bearing down on some of the different things that are being done at the major league level. And we don't have the infrastructure yet to do it maybe on that level, but we have in the last couple of years with the partnership with Rapsodo and kind of finding ways to scrape information that is available, through Point Streak and other means, just to kind of try and one, make it fun and kind of bring something unique to the American Association consumers, which of course are the fans, the viewers, and the listeners, that maybe they can enjoy and get a different perspective on things. I'm to be honest, I'm kind of like an old school person at the core, and I believe that they're very much that this is a game played by humans. There's a pulse to the game, and you can't just build a team or watch a game off a spreadsheet. That's not really what it's about. It's just it's a tool though, and there is use in that information. And I think with that being said, you would be kind of foolish not to at least look at it and keep that in mind when you're trying to make decisions. So there's definitely a balance there. And it's just a matter of, I've just tried to do what I can to scrape as much of that information as possible and put it out there for everybody to enjoy.
Well, you do a great job with it. Final fun one. This is a fun one. You're pitching. I'm the catcher. Who's easier to strike out, Connor Ryan or Brad Allred? Would you which rather face, Allred or Connor Ryan? I'm the catcher now, and I'm gonna let you throw whatever. You can shake me off, and you can throw whatever you want to throw.
So
who are you going to strike out? Who's
I'll tell
easier
you,
out there?
Here's how I'm going to answer that. I will. Why don't we do it? I'm happy to get on the mound if they're willing to get in the box. I'll take them both on, and we can evaluate on the field. We'll make it happen.
I love it. I love that answer. I love it. Hey, I look forward to seeing you up in Winnipeg. Of course, it's going to be late in the year for us, but we'll be there twice in 3 weeks, and it should be wonderful weather up there that time of year. And have a great year. Welcome back home for you guys, and look forward to great things. And appreciate all you do, too, for our league and helping the broadcast brother, my friend.
Yeah, I see. I just want to say hi to your Gabe Marie's in the chat. So hi there. I know we've met a couple times. And yeah, congratulations on the championship. Again, Monarchs fans that are watching, you guys have a phenomenal program up there. So just kudos to Joe, the new ownership group, and everyone that's just done an outstanding job. So yeah, thanks for having me on, and looking forward to seeing you in Kansas City in a couple of weeks. Cheers,
mate. Appreciate your time. There he is, Steve Schuster right there, the Winnipeg Golden Eyes. Really appreciate his time. Really good guy. I mean, he is passionate. And all the guys who work in our league are passionate. I mean, they're passionate about what their craft is and promoting their brand. And I want to start with him because I think it's important for fans of the Monarchs to realize just how tough it's been for the Gold Eye faithful to not have. Of course, we didn't play for a year. But they didn't play basically a home schedule for 2 years. They had some late games, last year, as he mentioned. But from a business model, from trying for sustainability, bringing in income, that's very hard. Luckily for the Monarchs, when the club went to dry dock after the 2020 season, furloughs and all that, we kind of hit the pause button, and we were able to kind of pause. They had to play, and when they played, expenses go into playing. You don't just open the gates and say, "Come on in, folks." There's a lot of work that goes into it, and when you go on the road, you're going to play per diem and putting up accommodations, and they were gone the entire time to Fargo. I mean, it was an expensive venture, and the ownership group and the front office there in Winnipeg made it happen. And I tip my cap to those folks, and I just want our fans to understand those folks have gone without baseball. They've been starved for 2 years up there. And, of course, it's a different country, and our cousins in the north, but they've gone through a real struggle, and I'm really pulling for them. And I've talked about this a little bit on my show with Australia and Talking Baseball Australia, is that my biggest concern for Australian baseball is what I also had for Winnipeg, is that when you go away and you're not able to cultivate your product, you worry about the financial stability and that the product can come back. And that was been my concern. And that's why I pull so hard for the Australian Baseball League and pulling so hard for Winnipeg and for our entire league. But I really appreciate him and wishing the Winnipeg Gold Eyes the best coming up this season. The ball club just finished working out. They worked out from 11 till roughly about 15 minutes ago. They're now putting the field up and getting it ready for tomorrow. Basically, because it's been so warm here in Metro Kansas City, they've been getting as much work in early and had our photo day yesterday. I'll get you caught up on a couple of things, and we'll say goodbye until tomorrow. But first off, of course, Savannah Banana games over the weekend. We had the spring training game against the Lee Summit Club on Sunday. Kansas City won 20-2. Fell behind 2-0 in that ball game. It did come back to get the win, 20-2. And let's see, gosh, there was like 7 home runs, and just trust me, it was impressive. Now, it changes all on Friday when Sioux City comes to calling. We're going to get to that later on this week, because right now we got to get to the rest of the division. So tomorrow we're going to talk with Lincoln Salt Dogs voice Michael Dixon, dear mate of mine and my neighbor down at the DFW. He'll join us tomorrow, and I believe we're going to have. We'll have to, put it this way: Tanner Hoops is going to join us on Thursday from Sioux Falls, their new play-by-play voice, and then Connor Ryan on Friday on the opening day preview. He'll join us on Friday, and we're also going to hear from Fargo from Chad Eckern on one of the 2 days. I'm not sure which one yet. We will hear from all our division bunkmates this year: Winnipeg, Fargo, Sioux Falls, Sioux City, and Lincoln, and of course right here. get caught up a little bit of what each club's got going on and really what's going on in each ballpark, because each one's got a different story, and it should be a very competitive league this year. And I said this last night on This Week of the American Association. It's a really good chance this Kansas City Monarch team will be better than last year. I mean, be way better than last year, but might win fewer games because the division is going to be so tough. And as we just heard Steve say, winning one game's hard enough, and Joe Capietro will tell you that. Winning one's hard enough. Winning two, stacking them on top is hard. That's why winning series are so important. That's why you don't get too high, and that's why Joe and I have talked about this. Too high after a win, too low after a loss, even keel. And that's what we'll be doing as we go forward 2022. Anyway, that exhibition game was a home run fest. It was. I'll give you guys about 2 minutes for questions and comments here. And tomorrow I'll be unveiling the new coffee machine. It's here, and we'll actually be able to press the button and brew the coffee while we're on the air. I'll do that tomorrow. Then we're going to move this thing around. We're actually in Suite 202 here, which is right next to the broadcast booth. But I thought it would kind of give us a little more of a Monarchs with some Monarchs-esque feel to it. But we're back in the booth tomorrow, and we can look at Nick's fine work during the lunch hour. He's probably back there eating lunch, and we'll check on tickets as well and all that. But again, Monarchs Mocha comes your way noon Central Time every day. Kind of roll right through that, and we'll get caught up during the season. But right now, we're kind of getting into in-season mode. So tomorrow we'll talk Salt Dogs, and going forward Thursday, Fargo and Sioux Falls, and then Friday, Sioux City, as we get caught up around the division here on Monarchs Mocha here on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Don't forget, follow us at Facebook and on monarchsbaseball.com. TikTok's rocking. Morgan's got TikTok rolling. Instagram, all that. You can follow me at Dan Vaughn Jr. That's DanVaughanJr on Twitter. Keep you informed of what's going on. As far as the team, I'll give you just a quick nugget on the team. It looks like what we thought was going to happen opening day is probably going to happen. Matt Hall, who looked very good on Sunday, probably gets the nod there. I think Keem Boston going on Saturday. I saw Lewis Thorpe through the sim game today, the lefty out of Australia. I would think he's probably intact somewhere along the way as well. The lineup card, just interesting to note. We kind of talked about this a bit in the offseason, but the Sunday game, they batted 10 batters, so you obviously one would not bat, but the Matt Hall sliding that third spot, pretty good little lineup. Hall and Guerrero. You had I believe it was Sweeney, Guerrero, Hall, Hernandez, Gillespie was that top five, and that was a tough out for everybody. I mean, that was a tough one. You can see how pitchers are going to be just like, oh my gosh. And then J.C. Escada, who's catching, and also Willie Abreu, Joel Booker, who had home run as well. There's some depth here, a lot of versatility here. So we're going to talk more about that a little bit more tomorrow. We'll give you more of that as well. But love you, mate, from fine Pensacola. Miss you as well. Kenny Matthews there down in Florida. Glad he's along. Love you too, brother. All right. I did a little production. I played it earlier. It didn't play. I'm going to bring this down and try it again because it did load in, but for some reason a little slower on the internet today. So we're going to try it again. But this is my one of my little pieces of work that I did. I got another one I'm working on as well. Yeah, so looking forward to the season as well. We'll talk more about that coming up. By the way, we will be ready to go on Friday night. Sioux City in town, ring ceremony for the 2021 champion field. We'll also have that on MixLR. We'll also be carrying the pregame show on the video side on aabaseball.tv. More on that coming up. Also today, later, let me pull this up on the calendar before I let you guys go. I'll be joining at 6 o'clock today. I'll be joining the American Association. They're doing I believe today is I think today's Twitter and tomorrow's Instagram, or today Instagram or always Twitter. I apologize which one's which. I'll be on the group chat with that today at 6 o'clock. So looking forward. Also looking forward to seeing our host families tonight here at the ballpark for our host family dinner. Looking forward to seeing those great familiar faces. All right. Let's this is not going to be the official close. This is the open, but I thought I'd play it as the close and give you guys a little idea what what this show is all about. It's about coffee and talking some baseball. All right, everybody, I'll see you tomorrow, same time. We'll talk Lincoln Salt Dogs and your Kansas City Monarchs with Michael Dixon. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Stay cool wherever you are, especially in the metro. It's warm, warm, warm. We're ready for opening day. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 3 more sleeps, everybody. 3 more sleeps. 3 more sleeps. It'll be baseball time in Kansas City at Legends Field. I'll see you tomorrow, everybody.